Hey, it's Matthew here in sweet Jamaica. Today I am in Kingston and I'm hanging out with the famous Marianna from Marianna's Kitchen. It is a well-loved, well-frequented, famous place here in the city for doing very unique, creative, vegan, Ital, vegetarian cuisine. She mainly has one dish a day that she prepares from all local ingredients, sourced from all kinds of different farmers. And she does a creative twist on Jamaican classics with local ingredients that are available. So I'm very excited to meet her. I've been following her online for a number of years, so I already feel like I kind of know her, even though I just know her through her work. But very stoked. Let's go hang out with Marianna from Marianna's Kitchen. I'm with Marianna from Marianna's Kitchen, and it's so awesome to finally meet you because, like we were just talking about, I feel like we've known each other for a while, but it was kind of online for years and years. So thanks for having me at your place.
No, it's a pleasure. So like I said, we do one dish that changes every day. So I'm gonna have you try that dish, but I don't think you can experience the kitchen through like just one day. Yeah. You know, so there's some other things I prepared for you. I like to use everyday beautiful ingredients here and then mix them with flavors that I am probably more intimately familiar with. So you might see jackfruit mixed with sumac. So sumac is a popular spice from my part of the world.
Yeah.
Or you might see like pumpkin with za'atar or something like that. So yes, I told you to come hungry.
I'm very hungry
because I like feeding people. So I think I'm gonna start bringing everything out.
Okay, that's awesome. Thanks for chatting with me.
Okay.
So this is
a rosemary cornbread.
Okay.
So cornbread I have to make every day because it's become a big hit from day one. And then I had some curry leaf mango chutney that I made a while ago. And I left it. I had a bit left, and I absolutely want you to try it because we're in mango season now. So, and curry leaves is an Indian spice, which kind of explains how you have different ethnic communities here. So yeah, so cornbread, curry leaf, mango chutney. The soup, we have a signature soup which is Callaloo green split pea. I love Callaloo, so you have a cup of soup. I did a cup because you need space for later. And then this one is guava rose juice and tamarind rose juice. And tamarind rose is a big hit here. It's a bit like something my grandma used to do.
So guava rose, and then
tamarind rose. So you can see how like the guava and the tamarind are very local.
Yeah.
But then the rose is my background, my Middle Eastern background.
Okay.
So
meaning like the small rose petals crushed up like you would have in tea?
Yeah. So it's the rose extract.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can start with that, and I'm preparing a few other things.
Okay.
For you later.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, very excited here. I didn't eat anything this morning to save room because Marianna said she did have a special lineup for me in addition to the regular daily meals. So I'm going to start with the soup here, and I'm a huge soup fan, and so many good soups that you can get in Jamaica, but I don't believe I've ever had a Callaloo split pea type soup, so definitely a new one for me. All right, here we are, green pea soup with Callaloo. Oh, nice and thick, nice and hearty. Again, it tastes very creamy, and obviously it's a vegan place. There's no cream, there's no milk in it, but it has that really wonderful creamy texture. I sense a bit of roasted garlic. I'll have to ask Marianna. I can't quite pick out the individual ingredients, but it's interesting. It does taste like a split pea soup. I can't quite taste the Callaloo specifically, but the blend of it makes the split pea taste different. That's the only thing I can say, but wow. It's such a win. It's funny that in Jamaica, soup is huge. You can get soup every day of the week from 6 in the morning until, late into the evening at any roadside stand. Whereas in Canada, it's really more of a winter thing. In North America, you think of soup, you want to enjoy on a cold day, cup your hands. But here, even though it's hot, it's still a soup vibe, so I appreciate that. Love it. What is the extra spices in this?
Fenugreek leaves.
Fenugreek leaves, okay.
Yeah, fenugreek leaves.
Is there garlic in there as well?
Yeah, garlic.
Was it garlic roasted first? It almost has like a roasted garlic. Okay,
No,
so just
fenugreek
garlic.
leaves, thyme, coriander, garlic, salt, scotch bonnet, and onions.
Oh.
Yeah, but because I'm also very inspired by India. India is like a food culture, so the fenugreek leaves is coming from that.
That's a new one. I don't know if I've had fenugreek before.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hi.
loving it. It's a fun game trying to guess what is in this soup. So I was obviously only able to pick out 20% of what was in here. The Scotch bonnet is a very light flavor. Now that I know I can taste it, now I can sense it. Curry leaf mango chutney with the cornbread. Whoa, this is thick. Look at that. Proper thick. There's a weight to this. Heavy. Oh, man. Great. Another interesting thing about every plant is you tend to eat the fruit, but not necessarily the leaf, but still fair game, as you can tell. Man, this cornbread, just beautiful texture. So thick, so dense, but fluffy at the same time. I thought the curry leaf might be spicy, have a spicy kick, but it's just a real flavorful kick. And yeah, having mangoes and everything in season at the perfect time is wonderful. And the cornbread with, rosemary in it. So I'm used to getting some pretty standard cornbread. I don't really normally get any kind of twist on that, but that is just killer. It's just a hint of rosemary. It's not an overpowering thing. I think when I cook with rosemary, sometimes on a roast, sometimes I will overdo it, and then all you can taste is the rosemary. It's a very subtle rosemary taste. Really good. I can see why this one is a go-to here, regular.
If I could, I would have done more. I really want you to try everything. Last thing will be the sweet stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could, I would have, because like I said, we change the menu every day. So there's like so many things we've done. And you can't experience it in one day.
No,
No,
not
you have
at
to
all.
so this is like a bit of the creativity that happens here. So you had the soup,
Yes.
which is a big favorite here. You had the cornbread, rosemary cornbread, which is a favorite. The curry leaf mango chutney, guava rose, tamarind rose. We have some customers that mix them. Like some of them will ask us for a cup that's half-half. So that's another like amusing thing is people start coming up with their own things now. So yeah, anyways, and then you have the plates of the day. So I did a small plate because there's just so much food. So the plate of the day is a beetroot carrot chickpea nugget with a basil mint tzatziki. You know what tzatziki is?
Yes,
That,
with
like,
yogurt and cucumber.
Right. Roasted garlicky string beans, turmeric quinoa, and our signature salad, which is actually, I use pak choi instead of lettuce.
Cool.
So this will change every day, this one. As you picked up, I'm from the Middle East, so we do a lot of like hummus and dips and everything. So one of them is baba ghanouj, which is the eggplant dip. And one day I experimented, I didn't have any, because like all these dips need an element of acid in them, and I didn't have any lemons, I didn't have limes, I didn't have anything, but I had oranges. So I squeezed orange juice in the baba ghanouj, and I just said I'm never doing it the traditional way ever again. So that's become a signature. Yeah, so basically like eggplants and orange seems to be an interesting
Very interesting,
combination.
because I make baba ganoush at home too, and I've only ever done it the classic kind of way.
Yeah, so and then eggplants is one of my favorite ingredients, like by far. So this is baba ganoush with the orange juice.
And
then,
so many good things on top.
Right, so I
too,
put
yeah.
some orange slices, I guess, as a visual reminder. Walnuts, I always pair my baba ganoush with walnuts. Sumac, olive oil, of course, fresh herbs, tomatoes. And then instead of having it with like bread or crackers, I made what we call our Callaloo cracker.
Yeah.
So this is basically an entire callaloo leaf that is dipped in a batter with nigella seeds. Nigella seeds are like, it's what is trending as black seeds today, like a superfood. But a lot of cultures have been consuming it for years now. Fennel seeds and turmeric. So that is your cracker for the dip. Yeah, it's fun. It's like a whole leaf.
No way.
That becomes a cracker. And then I made roasted okra with I like to roast vegetables a lot.
Yeah.
So roasted okra with roasted tomatoes on a layer of whipped vegan yogurt tahini.
Okay.
Cashew and okra is one of my favorite pairings, and crispy curry leaves.
Okay.
So curry leaves are from the citrus family. They have nothing to do with curry, the spice.
Okay.
They're actually from the citrus family. So roasting vegetables, kind of like ways to persuade people to get to like vegetables. You just roast a vegetable and it tastes good. Then, do you know Cho Cho? You know Cho Cho? Yeah, Chayote, also known as that. So I love Cho Cho. It's one of my favorite ingredients out here. And one day I was kind of like just putting things together, and I did what you would call like a Cho Cho gratin. It's like halfway between a gratin and a rundown.
Okay.
So rundown, like cooked in that like rich coconut milk. So this is just like chunks of Cho Cho that are cooked in coconut milk with an Indian spice blend called Panch Puran, which is, like I told you, I love all things India. And it's a must in every kitchen is Panch Puran.
Okay,
so it's a blend of fenugreek seed, fennel seed, coriander seed, cumin seeds, nigella seed, and the flavor is so dreamy. So that's for now, and then I just have like a small little thing for dessert later. Whoa. Yeah, but this is like a snippet of what I like to do with vegetables.
I might need a donkey bag.
Yeah, no problem.
So epic, but
No
I'm definitely gonna try.
Everything
Looks so
Enjoy
beautiful. It's not just. I mean, you really nailed the visual part of it too. Everything looks so pretty and. I mean, like I said, unique. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. Absolutely, and I've never had Cho Cho that way. And
So yes, it's a lot of local ingredients, but like I said, it's a hyphenated cuisine, which is like what it should, like that's what we should just all be connecting. I don't think food is meant to build walls. It's supposed to really connect people together, and yeah.
Got to get to tasting this stuff here. So the callaloo turned into a cracker with a superfood seed. I love Ghanouj. I make it all the time at home. Never made it with orange, as I said. I mean, I know when you're a food blogger, you're constantly going to be excited and have a great, oh my, yummy moment. This is really crazy. It's so creamy, so smoky with the eggplant. A callaloo leaf has some crispiness to it, but also chewy and a little bit of crunch like a cracker. I mean, have you ever had a cracker like this? I have not in my whole life. The walnuts, the cilantro, the tomato, and yeah, having orange. You know, if the citrus works, the citrus works. You need that acid to mix. I do taste the tahini in there. Just unreal. I'm such an olive oil fan. Everything's better with olive oil. Can't go wrong. So to have olive oil and eggplant together, oh man. It's just so beautifully plated too. The colors, even the plate itself. I mean, this place is just such a nice environment. And as the little sign, a little post-it on the wall there says, if the mind is elsewhere, the taste of the food that is being eaten is not experienced. So I can guarantee you my mind is 100% focused on eating right now. All right, we're gonna try the juice now. Very interesting. When I have Persian tea, you always do it with a little bit of rose, not rose water, but crushed up rose flowers. Marianna said this is rose water. Very refreshing. Now the other one almost started to separate a little bit. See how it's almost more watery on the top? Oh yeah. Interesting how the guava doesn't separate, but this one separates a little bit. So tamarind, which is typically, well, there's sweet tamarind and then there's the more tangy one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is a bit more tangy. Sometimes we get it different. We just get what we get. But this is the more tangy one.
Oh yeah. Tamarind.
With rose.
I like the tangy. I'm not much of a sweet tooth person, so tangy all the way for me.
Yeah, I'm not a sweet tooth either. Yeah. Everything's okay?
I only got into this so far, and that is crazy too.
You like it?
Yeah, so good. All right, so now we're trying the beet.
Beet, carrot, chickpea nugget.
Beet, carrot,
So it's
chickpea
like
nugget.
Root vegetable. It's a root vegetable.
Look at that, special vegan nugget. Everyone likes a nugget. Everything's better in nugget form, right? Whoa. It's almost got a pastry texture to it almost. So interesting. Check it out. It's almost, yeah, like a dough. Getting some nice crunchy green beans. I love my green beans a little crunchy. I like when they turn to mush. And then here we have, what was it? Pop chow salad? Bok choy salad? Or was it Callaloo salad? I don't remember, but again, another favorite here. It's got a beautiful crunch. It's definitely not as sweet as lettuce. It almost reminds me of a cabbage when it's made this way. Yeah, really nice vinaigrette. So here's the Cho Cho, also known as Chayote. And yeah, normally a very juicy tasting one. I've had it a lot in soups or ital stew. Wow. What's the dressing on the Cho Cho again? Or the sauce?
Panch Puran.
Panch Puran, that's the Indian one that you mentioned.
Coconut, like caramelized onion.
That is the best because normally I'd only have Cho Cho. It's like just an addition thrown in the pot with a soup or a stew, and you get that nice little bite of juiciness, but there's not a whole lot of flavor to it. But this one kind of stays crunchy, and then that coconut milk creaminess is crazy.
So it's like Callaloo is not an expensive vegetable, Cho Cho is not an expensive vegetable, beetroot generally isn't. Okra is generally not very expensive. So it's like vegan. You don't have to like break the bank to eat well.
Yeah.
You just have to prepare them differently, maybe. Yeah.
That is so different tasting than any Cho Cho I ever had.
Oh,
I never thought I would want a whole plate of Cho Cho before.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. And I've used it in desserts also.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it has a neutral flavor, but it'll pick up anything.
Yeah.
Anything you put on it, it'll
Very
pick up.
juicy. I always think of it as a juicy one. You get that bite when you have it in a soup, you're like, oh, that's the Cho Cho bite there.
Yeah. It's very healthy also. Like very, very healthy.
Yeah.
Very good for you.
So here's the Cho Cho. This is one of those ones we do get in the supermarket in Canada and North America, but not a lot of people are buying them because they don't really know what to do with them.
Yeah,
So,
it's probably like the ethnic people will get it.
There's the before, and there's the after. So now we got the okra, nicely roasted. I usually shied away from cooking okra that much because I kind of make it too slimy. But when it's cooked right, it's not slimy at all. It's just nice. And this tomato, it looks like some tahini. The crispiness of these leaves on it too. A little bit of chewiness from the nut. Just look how it all stays together. Crunchy, sweet, savory, chewy, juicy tomato all together. It's too good. I can't choose a favorite. They're gonna start needing to use a lot more tahini in my foods. It's so good even as a salad dressing, and obviously on these roast vegetables, just next level.
Tamarillo.
Tamarillo and
in Jamaica they call it poor man's tomato.
Poor man's tomato.
Yes,
okay.
it's like the less preferred tomato. Yeah, you can try them. And it tastes, I don't eat, like it tastes, sometimes it tastes like a guava turning into a kiwi into a tomato at the end. And there's a bit of like passion fruit in there.
Yeah, I know, it sounds good.
But the flavor at the end,
It's got like an aftertaste on it.
no, it's just the flavor at the end. I don't know, it depends. Each one is very different.
Okay,
Each one
thank
is
you.
very different. These are a bit acidic, I find. Sometimes there's a sweeter one, and this one is a bit. This one is definitely an
Whoa.
acidic batch for some reason. Yeah, this one is.
It's almost guava-like in texture to me, and the skin is tougher, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That is very different. I haven't had anything like that before.
It's not very. People don't. It's one of those things that people don't really consume much.
I like it. I can get into that. I'm thinking papaya-like, but maybe that's just the color texture. Wow. All right, so I barely put a dent in things, but that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plates. So I can only do what I can do. But I'm gonna try some dessert now. Sweet up the mouth. The jackfruit upside down cake, and I do love jackfruit. The biggest tree fruit in the world. And I think the second biggest fruit in the world, the biggest fruit being pumpkin, I'm pretty sure. But jackfruit, the biggest tree fruit. So I love how Marianna's taste is. It's not like sweet tooth like mine. So. Jackfruit looks very versatile. Is there a bit of cinnamon in it too?
Yeah,
A little bit,
yeah,
just a little.
cinnamon also, yeah.
Yeah, it's super nice. So sumac, typically almost like a very savory flavor in the mix. Oh, yeah. Very thick, very nice. Jackfruit, you can have it savory, use it as a meat substitute. I like it really ripe and really sweet, and like you have it on top of the cake here. It's got such a nice texture to it, a little crunchy, a little chewy. Oh, wow. And now, cornflake base,
Cornflakes
crusted.
ripe plantain fritter
Okay.
with a rum maple syrup.
Can't go wrong with rum, and you can't go wrong with maple, especially as a Canadian, eh? It's still warm. Look at the inside. Oh, these are crazy. I was not expecting this super nice.
Yeah, cornflakes
Like fried
is
plantain.
very underrated.
No kidding.
It's
Cornflakes, the next superfood. It's going to be the next hyped up one. That is really nice. Super crunchy on the outside. Sweet and chewy in the middle. Again, not overly sweet. That is, I'm not a dessert guy, but that is crazy good.
yeah, too sweet. It's just can't be too sweet. I have been munching on these because they are in season now. I made a cake with them once. I did an upside down peach thyme cake, which I didn't realize people call a cobbler.
Oh, I didn't know that
Apparently,
either.
yeah.
That's non-dessert. Whoa, what?
Yeah, they're not as sweet. You'll see they're not as sweet They don't taste like the peaches that you would get in Canada.
Yeah. It's a very unique varietal that we're having here.
The original, or the older forms of fruits tend to be less sweet in general.
The texture is almost more, I don't want to say mushy, but softer. The skin is a little bit very...
Apricot texture and skin.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking, apricot style. It's not as like juicy. Sometimes at home I gotta eat a peach, I have to eat it over the sink because it's so juicy.
Yeah, it's actually
But really nice.
So this mural and this one, a friend of mine called Matthew.
Okay, good name.
Matthew McCarthy, one of my first friends in Jamaica ever.
Yeah.
So he's a very gifted artist, and he painted this mural, and he painted this one during the pandemic. This was like, I think, 4 months into the pandemic, and everything felt like a twilight zone. And like, when is this gonna end? Blah blah blah. And I told him like, I want you to capture the state of the world on a wall, like in a piece, you know. And he just came and he would paint it. I mean, it's literally like a snapshot of the world. Like, it was a strange time. It was a strange time. So I don't know. I kind of wanted to capture it for some reason. I don't know, but
the bathroom I have to go see.
Yeah,
right
there. Yeah.
The whole bathroom. Whoa. Cool. Yeah, what a unique space. So you can see I barely put a dent in everything, but Marianna, I wasn't expecting so many dishes. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try the one dish you made for the day, and you really surprised me. So.
Well, like I said, like you can't experience the kitchen through one plate, so.
Yeah, I feel like I got the full experience.
And I like to express myself through food, so it's my pleasure.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to Marianna and everyone at the kitchen. I had an incredible time. I am absolutely stuffed. I was expecting just to have the daily special, and instead I got to try a whole heap of different items, and I am beyond impressed. Crazy good, creative, unique, delicious, healthy. I mean, you can't tick more boxes than that. So we're gonna link Marianna below. Please give her a follow on Instagram. Come check her out if you're in Kingston, or it's worth the drive from anywhere else in Jamaica. So yeah, a little bit of different type of video, but hope you still enjoyed, and lots more Ras Kitchen coming soon. Bless up.